Hello once more. I'm Ashen Ninja, and this is a start guide for the Ogre Kingdoms. So we've done one for the Khorne so far. This time we're doing it for the Ogres. They've got a couple of little special thingies. They've got camps, they've got a food mechanic, and they get contracts. Now, I'm going to do Skrag the Slaughterer. You know, here in Australia we used to have a name for when two girls had a fight. That was generally sometimes called a Skrag. So there you go. I don't know how this guy actually pees, for example. Probably just wets his pants because he doesn't actually have any arms or hands left. Those are not masturbating aids, I can tell you that much. But anyway, that all aside, it is going to be Skrag the Slaughterer. His faction effects are having a campaign movement range of plus 10% for all characters. Hero capacity for butchers +1. Hero recruit rank +2 for butchers. Casualty replenishment for Gorgers 8%, +8%, and upkeep for Gorgers at -50%. This is going to be on Legendary and very hard as always. And also, as always, anything that I demonstrate here, of course, can be used on lower difficulties. Things will just be a bit easier, especially things like your auto-resolves, because auto-resolving on Legendary now is basically just not heard of. You just don't do it, because it's bad. It's bad, okay? You now lose and all die. But if you do a manual, you be okay sometimes. So we'll see how we go. But we've got to continue here. So we'll watch this, even though it's not specific to Skrag.
Feast to honor Greasus the Over-Tyrant. Their appetites are ferocious. I must be wary.
Time's up, wizard. No. Put him in the stew.
Wait! Untold power can be harnessed from a dying god.
Power? Ogres take what they want. What more power do we need? Oil the pot! Fresh meat!
Please wait! The god is up there! You can't devour it!
Quiet! A bear, you say?
Ogres will eat anything, so I don't know why they care if the god is a bear or not.
Meat. God flesh.
Enough for you, your warriors, and your god, the Great Maw.
I can smell it now. Roast god ribs.
A feast like no other.
You're no meat eater. What's in it for you?
My book reveals a path to his deathbed. I will show you the way for one drop of Ursun's divine blood.
One drop. The ogres get the rest.
That is the deal.
Yeah, one drop of blood. Release me from the book. Whatever.
Our goal is
Yeah. Your goal's to get the thingy in. You got to do the thingy. They talk a bit, but you don't really. I can't really be that interested in that. You'll get a few missions here. So to get a butcher, you've got to engage the enemy, which is this little dwarf army right here. How they play meat. They've got a little meat thing, so you can see here they've got a 50 above here. So that's basically how much our supply of meat is, what we've gotten, all that sort of stuff. So we start off with 50, which is fine. We've got 5,000 gold, got predicted income coming in, which is good. Here we'll upgrade that. So you start off with a bull pen for some ogre bulls. Not that exciting there. We've got technology. First technology is to research making a camp. The camps are basically a little deployable thing. They've got their own growth and that sort of thing, and you can recruit from them. You have certain buildings that will make you money and all the usual sorts of things from them, but that's kind of on top of your settlements. But you'll also notice, even though this is with these ones, how they're a 4-slot settlement, When I take Karak Ziflin later on in the campaign, you'll notice it will go down to a 4-slot settlement while I'm in control of it. So they can't build big in the settlements, so they build big in the camps. So we can only really do the one camp huddle for the moment. Now, depending on which way you want to go, this will get you things like charge bonus for cavalry units and camp growth and these sorts of things. Over here is more where you get your boosts for other bits and pieces. So I'll generally go from camp huddle to melee to probably diplomatic relations because they can be good. Maybe casualty replenishment rate. But this bottom bit here is actually, in my opinion, probably the better of the two. Then you unlock further camps because you only have the one camp to start with, but each of them will get you new and wonderful things. And then you'll get things like your Sky Titan plateaus for more camp limits and meat and all sorts of things as you go further. Minus 5% upkeep for infantry, all sorts of stuff. There's not too bad things. Stonehorn unit recruitment costs go down. Income from camps plus 30%. That'll actually be really good. So camps can actually make a decent amount of money. So, yeah. Not too bad a skill tree. Not very long though. Now the other thing you can do when you're in this here is you can sacrifice some food to the Great Maw to get certain buffs. Winds of Magic plus 5. Not too interested in that. Global Recruitment minus 2. That's actually really good. Campaign movement range, very good. And melee attacks, not bad as well. We're actually going to offer some money so that we can reduce our global recruitment duration. There's a good reason for that, and it's definitely the one I recommend for this turn. So we're going to do that. There's a good reason for it, and you'll see why in a bit. Contracts we can't actually get to just yet. Kind of got to unlock that essentially. Greases starts with some Noblars, which aren't particularly interesting. You got some Gorgas, which are quite powerful. They have regeneration. It says it's somewhere. Maybe it's this one. Maybe not. Maybe it doesn't have regeneration. I just haven't. I don't know. I just thought they did. There you go. They're pretty awesome though. I like Gorgas. You get Sabertask Pass, which is fast and very, very squishy. Ogre Bulls with dual weapons, yeah, they're not too great. Anti-infantry damage dealer, they do okay. And of course you've got Ogre Bulls, which are also a damage dealer. They just don't have the anti-infantry. Alright, so let's get into what we need to do first, which is battle some dwarves. Again, you still don't really want to do an auto-resolve, even though it's a ridiculously easy battle. You lose far too many casualties in doing so. Right. Yeah. So, very, very easy battle to start with. So basically we want our Ogre Bulls.
Take it all.
That they're going to be our centre. Like so, with Skrag, who's also going to hang out there. These boys are going to be on one flank. They get to hide a bit. Actually, we'll put them on that flank with the Gorgas and stuff. Over here, because we'll actually just get a recharge in with them, pretty much. You guys over there, I guess. Yep, that looks good. Channel magic, because we can. Not that we're going to use a lot of magic in this. Cool. And away we go.
I'm all that walks. Godmouth's request.
Godmouth request. So the Gorgas, we're basically going to get them in behind here. And we're just going to get the Bulls to do some tanking. I'll smell ya? That is a very, very weird threat. Like, do they, like, smell violently or something? Or, I don't really get it. Anyway.
Oh, yes. For the more.
Yeah, you'll get in there. He doesn't really need to get into it. He's not the greatest of melee combatants. Get our Gorgers in behind. Send the Saber Tusks around as well. We will use some spells though, so we'll give that to them. We'll give minus 16 leadership to something, not that it matters. Alright, and we'll get the Gorgers into stuff as well. We'll give a have some nice dwarf sandwiches. So we get the Saber Tusks in as well, just get everything in there. Gorgers really wreck stuff when they get in. Skrag's ended up in melee anyway, even though I didn't want him to. That's alright. Gorgers look pretty cool. I like them. I was sure they had some kind of... Oh, whatever. Either way, they do really well. Alright, you can pop out of that so that you don't take too much damage. Meanwhile, we'll get things like Gorgers and everything in there. Do as much damage to him as possible. Yeah, you do that, and we'll throw some bad leadership on him as well. See if we can get him to break. Wall breaker, ogre charge, wounds, yeah, missile resistance. Yeah, nothing too exciting there. We'll see his skill tree in just a minute. And let's see if we can wipe out this Dwarf Lord. Not 100% necessary, but I think it still gives us more loot money when we do. I like a bit of loot money. Money's money is all that money's. Dwarves are quite dwarves. The ogres are quite uncomplicated when it comes to a lot of their stuff. It's mostly kind of front-on charges. Get around them a bit, and your Gorgers take out a lot of stuff. I really like them. So far, I haven't really found a way to complain about the Gorgers. Alright, so that's that battle one fairly cleanly. We did lose a couple of bulls, I think. We did lose some of the Noblars as well, but nobody really cares about that. The Saber Tusks did pretty well. Which is good because they're, you know, crap. Surprised actually how many of the Noblars did kill there. What do we have? We can get 12 meat. Yeah, let's replenish what we did lose. We didn't lose much, but that's alright. Alright. Beautiful. Yeah, as usual, we got all our missions and stuff. Where do they keep the missions? Here we go, missions. So, hero, that's done. That's done. That one isn't. So we've now got a hero. Got to put him in the army. Got our butcher. So he'll go into the army. As you can see, we're just in range of Karak Asgaraz as well. So that's excellent for us. Got our construction happening there. We go into Skrag now. As you can see, we've got a few little things. So Skrag, he's got his usual blue line, you know, movement range, healer, growth, that sort of thing, all along here. I didn't realise that was a research rate. There you go. We've got lightning strike, which has been quite nerfed, but that's alright. Quartermaster, so the usual sort of thing from that. Meat is, well, camps provide a lot more meat, that sort of thing. income from all buildings, 12% local profits, and more upkeep production. We've of course got things like your upgrade to all your troops and everything, which I'm not going to really worry too much about. It's just the usual sort of thing. We have Bull Gorger, so this is the Great Maw spells. So Bull Gorger, which is what we saw me casting before to increase melee and melee attack. There's a passive ability in Blood Greed, so when you're casting stuff, it replenishes the hit points of combatants. Brain Gobbler, which is the minus leadership one, we don't really need more than that. Teeth Cracker, which is another buff spell. Bone Crusher, which is a okay sort of little area of effect spell, does a bit of damage. What do we got? Then he gets Meat Cleaver, which is just bonus versus infantry plus 8, which is a bit weird, but whatever. Being a spellcaster. Troll Guts is a good healing spell for us. There's the Maw, which is a big explosion, does a fair bit of damage as well, from what I understand. Miscast, more Winds of Magic Power Reserve when increasing. And what do we have here? The extra ingredient is power recharge rate 160%, that sort of stuff, and it recharges if he's in melee. He's also got these unique abilities, so Gorger Onslaught, so he can summon a unit of Gorgers. Campaign movement range plus 8. Winds of Magic Power Reserve plus 2 per turn. And cooldown minus 15% for spells, so that's not too bad, reducing that cooldown. More feasts, so getting more. So having it cost less when you do an offering to the Great Maw by 20%, so it doesn't really drop it by much, only by 2. Chance of intercepting is pretty standard. We've got our usual plus hit points, more Winds of Magic Power Reserve when increasing, more Winds of Magic Power Reserve when reserve change when by 30% when increasing. Neither of those things are actually very good, so Whirling Stump Blades, so not a bad little melee ability, would improve him quite a bit. Missile resistance, physical resistance, and some spell resistance, so the usual thing. But on top of all that, the Lords and Heroes also get things like your big names, so World Swallower, Ever Famished, that sort of thing. Basically, you've just got to do things to generate these things. So win a battle against an enemy led by a spellcaster, use the process meet post-battle captive option, and so on and so forth. Win a certain amount of battles, these sorts of things. So they just give you little bonuses, and you choose a name, and I think it lasts 10 turns or something. What we're going to start with, I'm actually going to start in his magic line, because I want to get Bone Crusher. Would have liked to get Bone Crusher straight up, but doesn't happen that way. So from here we go straight to Karak Asgraz. So we want to do this all in one turn, basically. This one we can actually auto-resolve because we will be occupying this, and that way we'll still replenish pretty much all of our army. What you can do is actually not auto-resolve and fight it. I think that normally is a better option, but in this case I'll just auto-resolve it because we want to move on a little bit faster. So, some more food and that sort of thing. We're almost back up to the original 50 food we started with. We're going to occupy it. And this is where you'll actually see why I wanted us to do things the way we did. 50 income. I don't think we actually want the income. I'd rather get growth, so we'll knock that down. Now, so instead of we'll take Bone Crusher there. Didn't get a big name. That's alright. Normally you get a big name by now, but that's okay. So the whole reason we did the thing for fill your bellies is so that we can get as many troops as possible over this end turn. So this will pump us up with another 5 units of bulls, because Karak Ziflin, she has walls, and we want to get over there. So, yeah, so we don't want to have 2-turn recruitment or 3 turns or anything like that. We want to get in there fast as possible. Fast as possible. Very important. So we don't want them to do much, if any, recruitment at all. Cool. Alright, that's all good. And now we can get straight into Karak Ziflin. This is how we know we've achieved our objective with that. So this means that yes, they've got a couple of units, but nothing that we can't really worry, that we have to worry about too much. Gives us plenty of spies. What we can do is we can increase our unit masses and all that sort of thing, but I'm not going to worry about that either. And let's show you some ogre party pieces. So ogres have this ability, Wall Breaker. So we can literally smash our way through the wall. So we're going to fight this battle. Probably will mean we'll go overtime on the start guide. That's alright. Now, the Gorgers also have Stalk, which makes them super valuable in this particular instance. Because what we can do is use that to our advantage. Oh yes. We're going to be casting spells, we're going to be smashing walls. It'll be good. Yep, we'll channel magic. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pop our Gorgers all the way over here, near this gate. Actually, isn't even very far away from where we're going to be popping our ogres. I'll pop our ogres right there. Pop them behind. Need you two up the front. Hopefully we won't lose our hunter. I forgot to actually check what his special ability was. That's alright. Doesn't matter. Alright, so we're in place. Let's get crumpin', as the orcs would say. So let's get in. Need everyone to get in there. Yep, we'll pull the saber tusks up. Oh, look at that! They actually they've got some units over here this time. It's the first for that. Oh geez, yeah, they've already taken a bit of damage, but they were already taking damage anyway. Now this should also work. Stone Shatter. So what we're going to do is we're going to blow up part of the wall. There we go. How lovely is that? That's good, good, good. So we're still actually going to knock down parts of the wall before we go in. Maybe not, actually. Are they shooting at us? Yeah, they are. Alright, we better get these guys in so that we can try and get into the quarrelers. Meanwhile, though, I think while we've got a nice blob just here, let's drop a fist down on them. Gorgers over there are doing a good job. Got them well engaged here. No kills, but a fair bit of damage was done. That's good. Our Gorgers can now charge in. We're actually going to ignore the troops that are around there, and we're just going to try and take out these ranged units. How's that wall going? Not come down yet, so we're going to blow it up as well. And we can get the rest of these troops in. There we go, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, don't worry about those, what are they, Dwarf Warriors, Gorgers? Get into these quarrelers. out. See, this actual mass here works a lot better for us than it does for them, because we can do things like this. Come on. Attack what I want you to. How many kills was that? So he's got 15 kills now. Oh, he's actually a butcher. I didn't realise. Oh. Let's get them doing some augmentations. So that's good. Let's get a rear charge in here now as well with the Gorgers. Who's shooting at us? Oh, there's a tower there. We should probably actually send the Gorgers back that way then. Alright, yeah, we've really done them in here, which is nice. Have not stood a chance. So we send the Gorgers up this way. Knock down this bit of wall here. Or not. Apparently not. Alright, you get in here with him. We've made that all run, so we should be able to sort out some more. No, Butcher, you go that way. Gorgers, how are yous going? There we go. That should be that tower no longer shooting at us. It's good. Send the saber tusks in with them, I think. More troops coming back. That's okay. Drop that down on them. I like that. Enemy building under attack as well, so that's good. I wonder if that damages these things. Oh, nice, it does too. It's good. We've got them well defeated over there. How are we doing up here? Let's get at these quarrelers, please. Get rid of that unit, and now we're going to go after these quarrelers that are still hanging around here a bit. Oh no, better not. Let's get a flanking maneuver in there. Meanwhile, back at this gate, we need to get our boys in here. Gorgers are taking a couple of casualties now, which is not so good. Don't know, where is your master? We'll drop a fist on them. Alright, back over to the Gorgers, who we really want to get into the quarrelers. Come on. Go where I want you to. Sometimes you've just got to really keep telling them, or they just won't engage properly. It's not even just the Gorgers, it's all freaking units. Like, where the fuck is he going? You know, it's just a bit silly sometimes. Alright, looks like that's sorted there, so let's get moving. Let's get in. Yeah, Gorgers are taking a bit more punishment than I'd like, actually, but it's fine. See, that for some reason they've just ended up attacking the thing that I don't want them to attack. It's really annoying. Really friggin' annoying. That's alright. There we go. We've won anyway, so it is fine. And there we go. Oh. Haven't quite gone over time like I was expecting. But, there you go. So 104 losses, did lose more Gorgers than I was hoping, but again, they did quite a lot of damage, so that's good. Like I said, I like the Gorgers, so... I thought I was supposed to get a Hunter, not a Butcher. Oh well. Doesn't matter. Probably get a Hunter as well at some stage, so... it will be fine. We're going to occupy Karak Ziflin as well. Ooh, Gambler's Armour, that's pretty good. That gives us the Grey Mountains. And 5 grand. Which is nice. Making things happen. While we're here, we'll take Blood Gruel as well for Skrag. We'll go to our Butcher of Beasts. Oh, we can actually give him regeneration. That's pretty cool. Replenish troops, replenishment rate plus. He's also got that replenished, so you'll actually we can get a lot of replenishment out of him. Being that it's Lore of Beasts, he's not overly useful, unfortunately. But we're gonna go with replenishing troops with him. So yeah, so basically he's just Lore of Beasts with a couple of other little skills. Reduce corruption, that sort of thing. Research rate gained. Replenishment is modified by... oh yeah, that's if you're using modern. Another thing, additional wounding target plus his weapon strength goes up by 10%. So there's some interesting little tidbits like that around the place. That gives us the full shebang here. We're going to want to go with control and growth at the moment. We demolished this building so that we could put a growth building in. So we want to grow this. We are only at turn 2. 2 more turns and we'll get that, which is good. He is replenishing nicely. As you can see, they replenish really quickly. We can't really recruit much. I don't think we should go above 17 units at the moment. Anyway, there's not really anything we're going to gain from it. Now, big question always is, what do you do with your next turns? So, once you actually can, I say build yourself your... deploy your camp. It is actually really good, very useful, even though we're way back down here in the corner. Even though that means the camp's kind of far away, get it down, get it start growing. It's super, super, super handy. Should be able to start getting contracts in a few turns, so pay attention to that as well. Yeah. That is really all I've got to say about it. So it's a fairly easy start to the old ogres, at this point at least. You can make friends, as you can see, with the Skaven. I probably wouldn't with them. I'd try and get over to us here. They do not seem to pose a real threat to you, so that's good. None of these guys really pose a threat to us, I think. But, yeah, it's not too bad. Don't need to worry too much about that yet. So, anyway, that is going to be it for the start guide for Skrag the Slaughterer. It leaves you with a fairly decent army that can clobber some stuff pretty well. You've only really got one enemy close by. I think this is all... these two are Skaven, though, so if you want to go to war with those Skavens... Looking at the ruins, that looks like Skaven ruins to me. I could of course be wrong, but there is also Skaven corruption in that area, so there you go. I'd personally try and make friends with the Empire, but not entirely necessary. But you know, Altdorf's right there, so yeah, what you gonna do? So yeah, so next province head, Blackstone Fort, Blackstone Tower, Castle Drakenfels, Grim Duraz. Anyway, that's going to be it from me. I've been Ashen Ninja. Hopefully this has been a helpful start to you. Gives you a decent army to kind of start with. And yeah. That still lasts for another 9 turns if you want to recruit more. Entirely up to you. I'll see you in the next one. Please subscribe, like, or whatever it is I'm supposed to get people to do. And I'll see you later. Hope you have a good one.